everyone, back with another video, and this time I wanted to have a quick look at this here Atlas Universal Sheath by Stefan Eickelmann. Now, before we get to that though, formalities out of the way as per usual. So, first and foremost, I paid for the sheath with my own money, but the belt is actually a bit of an experiment still, or it's under active development, I would say. So I got that one as a bit of a freebie to try it out. So that is something to keep in mind when you see this video. Other than that, the structure is going to be the same as always, meaning that there will be my talking part now first. After this one here, then there will be, well, a picture with a stat really, but some more pictures so you can see how different swords look in it, and there will be a bit of me just, having it, using it so you can see it in motion. Also a short clip of me just using it in fencing you, so you can see how it behaves when, I move a bit quicker with it on my hip. Timestamps in the description as per usual, of course, so if you want to jump around, feel free to do so. That's what they're there for. So, yeah. A bit about ordering and why I got this. As you may know, I've already reviewed the Paco Universal Sheath in the past, and that is just something that I'm quite interested in, because sometimes, when you're teaching, when you're reading from manuscripts while teaching, or just when you have to use both hands to get your mask off, like I have to do because it sits quite snugly, it's kind of a bother sometimes where to put your sword, and especially if you have heavier gloves and then try to pick that sword up again, it can be a downright pain. So I like the idea of a universal sheath like this, and I've liked the Paco system, though I haven't worn it as much after a while because it has quite a big footprint actually. Ulrich's one unfortunately broke during transport because it has a big footprint and it is quite light, so a good amount of forces can be put on this if you don't watch out during transport. But I still like the idea really, and then a while ago, not too long ago actually, like late July or later half of July, Ulrich had a class that he gave at Twerchau in Berlin, and I accompanied him and supported him in that, and that's why I actually got to meet Stefan Eickelmann. I've seen him around, of course we move in similar circles on YouTube, on Facebook, but we never actually met. But there we got to meet, and as you maybe know, if it's not your first time seeing anything from this channel, I like gear and I'm quite interested in all the different things around there, which can sometimes be a bad combination or good depending on your look, with when I actually meet people who make gear, like Stefan does. And I noticed he had a universal sheath, but one that was quite a bit more compact than the Paco one that I own. So we got to talk, and in the end I kind of just had to get one myself and just really try it out, because I really liked the look of it. So there wasn't really an ordering process for me, I just got it from him at the event. He does have a webpage though where he offers this and other interesting products that are worth checking out. For example, I also have a 3D printed grip for my Queton side sword from him. So check that out if you're interested in these things. And yeah, this one is really quite nice. I have used it a while now. This is not really the most long-term of reviews, but I would say that, it's a solid first impression at least that I have from wearing this for a while now. I like that it is really quite compact. So it feels a bit weighty for the size. I think it is about 110 grams for just the sheath part of it, with the two clips here. And then the belt, though again that one is still under development, adds another another 70, not 100, another 70. So I think all about is like 180-ish grams. It's actually kind of fiddly to get all this on the scale to weight it really. But yeah, so it does have like a nice amount of weight to it, but it's not something that you notice too much when you actually wear it, especially because the footprint is comparatively small, really. It's all in all a simple concept as they are. This is just a J-shaped piece of printed plastic, and then there's two magnets here, and if you clip a sword into it, the magnets really do most of the work. And it's got a good amount of power to it actually. I mean, this one is oiled, so it's rather slippery, but still, it won't just fall out of your side when you walk around with it, as you will be able to see with the clips really. One thing I like about it, other than the compact size, is these nifty slots here at the bottom. They are for if you have like a shield or like extra lugs, like some two-handed swords do, because he does Renaissance fencing, so like a two-handed sword is a big part of that, or at least a more relevant as for the stuff that I do. And that then just neatly fits in there, so you can still put it into your sheath relatively closely to the cross. I don't do it with mine here just because there's a bigger step from shield to the actual sword, so it always sits a bit weirdly in it if I do it for this sword in particular. But you know, for other ones that could really be a godsend just to have it. I've used it with a number of swords of mine, basket hilts, messers, long swords, and they all fit neatly in there. They are all nice to wear, really. I've worn it for just demonstrating things in class. When reading from manuscript, I've used it in fencing as well, free fencing too, just because I wanted to see how that is, because again, this is a smaller footprint, so it is in the end 3D printed material. I don't think it would survive a direct hit from a sword, really. But at the same time, it's kind of smallish, so lesser chance of that. I wore it and nothing happened. I actually got at the wrong end of a very neatly executed foot sweep while wearing this, and while on the floor, just realized like, oh fudge, I'm actually still wearing my sheath. But I think there's a small bit that got kind of clipped here at the end, but otherwise it survived it just fine, and it was actually the side that I fell on. So I would say it really seems to be quite rugged and well made. And I really have to say I just like to wear it. I took it off after that because I was a bit worried. I didn't want to destroy it right away, but damn, I missed it every time I had to take off my mask, because when I put my, you know, sword now, I had to put it on the floor and all that stuff. So it's not something that I would say you really need, but it definitely is a quality of life improvement having one of those. And that is a nice version of that universal sheath idea, really. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, thumbs up. You can get it in different colors. I got it in black just because that's, you know, universal. That fits pretty much everything. But I know he has blue and I think red versions out there as well. Just, you know, check that out if you're interested. I really quite like it, so thumbs up. I think it's neat.
Where are you in? What was it?